What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you are doing well. Ramadan Mubarak to those of you that are observing Ramadan. And for the rest of you, happy pumping day. Hope you're all doing well. Great to see a lot of you here. Always fantastic to have the community with me at all times. Man, what a day. What a day. And it's incredible to think that 48 hours ago, or less than 48 hours ago, we were all down and out, really. And we're now back to the channel beautifully. And as long as I said last week, as long as we can claim back, above 91K, which we're clearly doing, then we shall be absolutely fine, guys. So I hope you're all doing well, man. Hasn't been easy, of course. And still, I believe cautious optimism. What do you call what I mean, when you say to people to buy crypto nowadays, it's a completely different affair. But all I'm saying is nobody expected this, but we should have kind of all anticipated what was going on. Trump is very, very unpredictable, meaning that he is definitely a crypto president. But Trump alone, what's going to pump us, guys? Can we continue to believe this market? And could next week or towards the end of next week be pivotal, at least to de-risk some of the positions, because we will continue to pump. But I do believe alt season is pretty much more or less upon us at some point towards the end of this year. Ideally, I would love to sell all of the bags. The sooner the better. So in the next leg up, while we feel euphoric, guys, while we feel not even euphoric, I think the ultimate thing is for most of us is redemption, recovery. And the reason why we got the an extra pump was the fact that the president obviously named some cryptocurrencies and actually forgot to name the main ones. So if you could see here on the first tweet, and I love this mistake, and I'm sure this is obviously either a mistake or it was a clever way. You can't obviously put anything past these guys. They know exactly what they're doing. There is of course, this mention. I mean, ADA pumped 68% the last time I saw. And then of course he followed that up with the additional tweets that was very bullish, of course, naming Ethereum and Bitcoin. As a result, we had the God candle, and it hasn't been an easy time for us psychologically speaking, and that's why we have some time to actually fix, like I keep saying, like a broken record. Even though a lot of us feel like the bull market has started, it is a very good time to focus on your portfolio. Do not make the mistakes that you've made previously. And this time anyway, I do feel like the extra available, incredible discounts in the market will give us a significant life-changing profits. And at some point, one of the reasons actually I was reluctant to sell majority of the time was because of the fact that the cryptos that we hadn't actually pumped to the levels that we wanted. The ones that we traded did way better. You saw the 10x's, the 5x's, the 60x's on some occasions, perhaps even more with some of them. But the fundamental stuff that we talk about here, and we're going to try and change that. We're gonna. What was the song? What was the saying? Might trick me or might fool me once, but you won't fool me twice. And that's how you got to look at this. You got to look at the crypto portfolio as a business. And I know a lot of us are down, mentally speaking, it's been very tough. But one of the things I'm doing right now is slowly getting through every single DXB member community or community member who sends me their portfolio during Ramadan is going to get a free portfolio analysis. And one of the reasons I want to do that is A, give back to the community, and B, actually, let's change things. Let's have opportunity to have a clear discussion, be frank with each other, right? and really treat that portfolio as your keys to the castle. So this was brilliant. I think there's other things going on in the market as well. Of course, congratulations to anyone who's been trading over the weekend, especially anyone that has been long on things like Solana. You've made fantastic money, and that's actually one way of getting the money back. But we are in range, and we are in a position to go to the next level. Having said that, what are the crypto opportunities today? What opportunities am I personally looking at? What altcoins would I buy? We'll talk about all of these things, but I think fundamentally speaking, I'm not here to pump my bags. I want you to be very clear with that. We need to really look at this. This market is absolutely it's going to give us false sense of securities, right? And I don't want to dampen any expectation, but if you buy smart, and you've got to look at these. I mean, if you look at, for example, the total crypto market cap, various different indicators, they're always going to be. There's always going to be a pullback in the market. You've got to understand that. It's not because your coin is good or bad. Occasionally we get big macro events. And this particular move that we've just had, interesting, an inside trading or somebody on the, not on the Trump side, but an insider to basically the deal. Somebody actually went, and I saw this in the Discord last night. I don't know if it was on X or on our Discord, but somebody went 50x long on BTC and ETH using $4 million to create a $200 million position. Okay. And that obviously has been closed since, and he made an additional $6.8 million. But the timing was perfectly aligned to Trump's Truth Social post. So don't be naive. This is still crypto. This is still the beginnings of the recovery. But whether it's meme coin gaming projects, whether it's your portfolio having ridiculous losses, I think it's time to cut the cord with some of them. In my opinion, some of them will bounce back, but crypto will continue to be manipulated. And it's, the harsh reality is the discounts out there are brilliant, but how do you construct that portfolio? How do you go into the next leg up? Even if we say Q1 2026 is the absolute euphoria for the micro caps and the altcoins, you've got to be prepared for both the short and the long game. So I want to talk about the portfolios because that's a big topic for me right now. And I want to look at some cryptocurrencies, look at the strengths, what I'm seeing here. For example, Casper 12%, 34% move for based AI, which is good to see. That one has absolutely been battered. Tector moving 17% here. Sui 14% as of now on those 17%. Very, very interesting to see the difference. AI tech here moving 13 or nearly 14%. Manta, everything is doing well, some more than others. So you've really got to look at that over the next few days and see what charts that are, obviously very good to buy and what you need to let go. So enough of the portfolio, guys. Big up yourselves if you're still here. And what are the first encouraging signs? Still this week, we are going to have some macroeconomic data coming out, of course. And there is an important report that always precedes the FOMC, which is obviously in 2 weeks' time. So there are things happening. But finally, meme coins are coming under scrutiny in light of what's been going on with rug pulls. And the SEC, even though the overall classification of meme coins is not actually a security, what is really encouraging for fundamental cryptocurrencies is the fact that they will have a cybercrime division within the SEC that targets these influencers, celebrities, all of these people that are literally taking the market and taking the liquidity out of the market. That is tremendously powerful, guys. So the meme coins may get more clarity, but end of the day, talking about mistakes, man, I've made plenty of mistakes. I had to look at myself in the mirror, despite the fact that I have a larger capital allocations in some of my key cryptocurrencies. I can't help but think, if you go on a time travel, how would you do things differently? Hindsight is a beautiful thing. Yes, you can, and you should be always adaptable to change. Having said that, crypto doesn't forgive for those who kind of like, sometimes the one you sell is the one that pumps. It happens all the time. So buy quality, make sure you're flexible to trade, and definitely take money off the table without any exceptions. Like, literally, if you're in profit in certain, you go up 300-400%, even sometimes smaller than that, you've got to really, the charts will always do what the charts do. So overall, guys, I would say stay in the game, and plenty of regulation coming, plenty of clarity coming into the space. But we've suffered enough to the point where this last bit, 20% or the last 20% brings 80% of the gains. And that is absolutely true. And you would see, even if you look at the mini bull run we had just prior to the announcement of the spot ETFs for Bitcoin. So if you remember the old season we just kind of see certain charts moving insane. So if you look at, for example, this move here, right? This is what I'm expecting now. Double, quadruple, whatever it might be. But this is what all season's going to look like. Cryptocurrencies will come up, they will break up to the upside, and they will go absolutely parabolic. This one doing a 1,600% in a very, very short amount of time. So that's like, for example, if you look at the data range here. Okay, so the origins of the move, right, to top in. I mean, what we're looking at, that's literally 64 days. So if we actually even narrow that down to the breakout, you're looking at 30 days, nearly 38 days, right? And the key would be, when you start seeing that 10x, you better leave the market, or even 5x. If you're lucky enough and you've hit your financial goals, you might want to do something like that, where you jump out halfway through the move. You don't have to complete the whole move. You can leave a moon bag, whatever the strategy is, but that's going to be quite important for us, guys. So yeah, let's talk about, let's just have a look at the portfolio, see what's going on over here. There are some new additions I've been eyeing, but I haven't actually pulled the trigger yet, because I don't think these have settled enough. There's just new releases, AI releases that came over the last 60 days. So, over the last 2 weeks. Now, of course, SUI, every cryptocurrency is just creaming it right now. But look at the 7-day, right? Look at the 7-day, guys. You've really, you got to zoom out. Like, we've got these little pumps happening, major pump, I would say. But overall, crypto is heavily discounted, specifically certain coins. And what I'm noticing in my own personal holdings is that not everything on the 7 days, on the 30 days, on the 60 or the 90 days, which is really the kind of time frames or the kind of charts you should be buying, is kind of has kind of actually still recovered to a level where even the 7 days still way under discount. Now, of course, granted, SUI at $10 billion, huge unlocks this week. Tau's a really good one at 354, held very strong, largely due to dynamic Tau, which some say that it's not fully understood, still very disappointed, but institutions will buy that thing. So $2.9 billion, whatever, 10x, 7 to 10x could be on the cards. Sonic has been absolutely rocking. It's 100% up from the entry, and it's been talked about quite a lot. It's been on the Paul Barron network. They really are pushing the marketing for X Phantom, now Sonic. And the bullish thing there is they pay 90% of all fees to their developers. All right, let's continue. Casper really was actually making a lot of people worried. I had an old 2023 chart, 2024 chart for Casper, and I've kind of had these levels drawn out where it is right now. It's good to see that there's life in it. Of course, Casper is hoping to get a major listing, which is still very bullish. There are other bullish catalysts that are potentially coming for Casper. Like I said before, I'm still holding it. I'm still up from the 2023 entry, and I haven't actually sold a single Casper in about 3 years. So, let that sink in. Talk about conviction, holding through the shit. And we still may see prices to the downside, but I don't think it goes lower than 10 cents. Soon as it climbs back up to 10 cents, I think that's going to be a solid level of support. So just under 9 cents right now. I think it's a very good, if you're holding this, congratulations. If you've obviously got at least 100,000, tokens, you've got enough exposure there. I'm still hoping that it goes to $1, but because of the size of my bag, 50 cents start to DCA out, because then it becomes a game of it's a brinksmanship. Literally, it's who blinks first, right? So that's the overall plan for Casper. Say's okay. I mean, look, I think Sonic is better than Say, in my opinion. Fast, they've got a lot of money. It's just no one's building on the chain. And look, I've been telling everyone to buy Aerodrome, and Aerodrome right now showing real strength. Now, this is, of course, along with AI16Z, one of the biggest movers in the portfolio today. And the reason for that is Aerodrome Finance had a massive, long bearish downtrend that started way before the dips. And I think it's probably one of the fastest 10x's from here. Upper end of the resistance for, once it breaks that $2.50, $2.70, I think Aerodrome runs. And again, institutional coin, perhaps. And I think 40% of Aerodrome tokens are locked anyway. So, and it's still one of the few projects that's paying 100% or very high number of percentage of revenue to its holders, or stakers rather. I mean, Petty Penguin, volume strong, half a billion. If obviously meme season comes back, then you'd want to add something like that to your portfolio. I'm not recommending these things right now, but it's definitely something worthwhile looking at. If you need a large cap meme coin. Then AI16Z. Now, the thing about this is, look, as soon as the market comes back a little bit, this thing just flies. The downtrend was horrendous as well, but look at the volume, 118 million, 500 or 479 million in market cap. I think it's one of those that's going to go into the multiple billions overall. Then you got Beamer under 500 million. I think last time we talked about Beam in a serious way a few months ago, it was over $1 billion. So if you're looking for an exposure to a collective kind of the main infrastructure play, I know IMX is bigger than this one, but I think Beam is a very good exposure to gaming as and when gaming season comes. I couldn't tell you when the narrative is going to come, but it's literally got a very big volume, and it's probably one of the biggest blue chips in the gaming, along with Superverse, IMX, and Beam. Those are the kind of three leaders in the category. AXL, interesting. The volume to market cap is not where it should be, right? So I'm a long-term holder of XLR. I do believe what they're doing is incredible. It held really, really strong throughout the whole dip. And I've noticed that, of course, from a volume perspective, doesn't have the highest volume for the market cap. For example, Beam has, nearly 3x more volume, 4x more volume than XLR. For now, I continue to hold. And then we come down to the large gaming caps. Echelon Prime. Now, Prime was sitting around $4 for a while, but up 22% and 7.2%. It's one of those 10x's, right? Again, a single game. I do prefer Beam, very similar in terms of market cap, but I would say buy structure over. I would buy infrastructure over a single game. So I may consolidate that bag into maybe a massive Beam bag. No pun intended there, but I think that makes sense, even though this is showing great strength. Aether at 4 cents. I think this is a $1 coin this cycle, if we get the cycle right. And it's almost like main competition for, of course, IONET, and the other one is the leader in the whole industry, which is Render, which I've actually bought a nice bag of in the dip. Because I think Render will obviously think about what the institutions are going to buy. This is an institutionally led cycle. You need to have a tiny exposure to what the big boys are going to buy. Yeah, we all know how us small YouTubers have been telling people to buy these micro caps, and we know how that worked out, right? Despite the fact that my portfolio is diversified, I've got over $200,000-300,000 in Casper or a large amount of money in Sui. It's the smaller ones that really hurt you. So Aether is an interesting one. I think Aether, the checker notes have been dishing out some inflation, but I wouldn't be in Aether post-October if you look at the tokenomics. And then there's Peanuts. Now, let this sink in. $200 million market cap, or $238 million market cap, 600 million in volume, right? Now, of course, this is spot and future trading, mostly probably futures. 32% for the 7 days. It's just a lot of money sloshing around in that. And then you got Toshi pulling back to a respectable DCA opportunity again, down 19%, but Toshi will run with base. Okay. Now, the next one is Cubic. Now, Cubic has maintained this 166 million and then this 6 million in terms of volume. Now, Cubic is a very, very attractive AI proposition, in my opinion. Massive community. Of course, it had a huge sell-off. Just like everything else, at one point there was this FUD between Casper community and the Cubic community, which are actually a crossover community. So, the leaders were fighting and whatever. But check out their X to see what's going on with Cubic. But I would say it's probably a very solid AI project, a layer one, and they will be testing that 54 million transactions per second. And looking at the market cap at 166 million, I think it's a very solid coin. Guys, by the way, I talk about these coins, doesn't mean you have to buy them. Yeah, I'll just talk about my portfolio and either a mix of watch list and stuff that I hold. Manta was also suffered horrendously, but I'm not sure about layer 2 season. We've got to really see Ethereum get above to a certain level for these to be even on discussion. And the fact that Base has destroyed Ethereum layer 2s. You got Arbitrum doing well because Arbitrum is literally offering good fees and fast transactions, but Manta is just a bit too complex. So, at some point I would pivot away from Manta. Peak unlocks. So this was 6 months that started in February. And these prices are pretty low for a deep in dedicated layer 1. Yeah, so that's why you're probably seeing an additional, negative price performance. And then you've got AGI. Now, the thing with AGI is it's one of those that is about to have a huge unlock as well, guys. So just be careful this week. AGI is at a very good price point. It's almost got back to touching our initial entry point along with AI tech that we did back in December 2023. Interestingly, Hashkey Capital have bought into, I think they bought $1 million worth of the lithium AGI. Now, my overall disappointment with this was when AI agents were popping off, it did nothing. It doesn't mean that the next leg of AI agent narratives. There are two the two main catalysts here with AGI, and I'll tell you what these are. One is the Binance factor, okay, and the other one is, of course, AI agents. Now, I'm not sure what the reason was. I think there are better AI agents platform, like you got Cato and Shell that launched this week, but this one hasn't actually done a lot. And until Lucy does something different, I don't know. The main catalyst will only be the fact that this will get a Binance listing. Now, if you see their Twitter page, let me just show you the partnership that they announced. Anyway, it's literally just the fact that Hashkey Capital 2 weeks ago now bought a massive bag of this, and they are down on their position. So yeah, this is obviously in the Hong Kong summit. I'm not saying you should go and grab this now, but if you're in this live stream now and you're holding this or you're down on this, that's the latest news. Big investment from Hashkey. Now, whether that translates into success or not, I think ultimately the top for this project will be the Binance listing. So if it gets a Binance listing, get the hell out of it. And if you're holding it, well, it's nice to know Hashkey are also holding this thing. Then we go down from there. Look at Pinlink. Now, this went up 52% for the week. Yeah. So, of course, it was one of the ones that we got into early, and we did a lovely trade on this, but 52% up, I think still very, very kind of bullish in the sense that Becker covers it. Maybe he covered it recently, hence why you've seen this unbelievable bounce of 32%. Then GeoNet, I mean, as far as deep in projects with a relatively small market cap of $100 million now, I've been covering this since it was under 20 million, under 10 million even. From there, what are the other opportunities that we can get into? So let's skip Zentry for gaming, and then you've got Cetus. I think Cetus is still a very good buy. I think this is your, like, for a lot of you who don't hold SUI, I think this is one of the better bets in the SUI ecosystem. And then you've got Devi competing with the likes of Alephium, and so far it has done tremendously well. But look, when you come down to these smaller layer one guys, the volume is very, very small. But it's sandwiched in between these two is AI tech. Now, AI tech is, from a chart wise, let me just show you. Again, I'm talking to either people that are looking for an entry today, or I'm talking to those that are holding from the 11 month long downtrend. So the thing with AI tech is I'm almost sure that they will get onto the BNB. This is it's a very close relationship. And of course, BNB chain is not really the Binance exchange, right? But it's just a couple of things, man, that made me believe at some point they would either this or Delicium, they were listed. Now, obviously, this AI agent here, I don't know what she's saying, but they've obviously, from the data center to the AI, it's a very, very attractive chart for me to buy. Why? One, because I think they'll get a Binance listing, and two, I just believe that this kind of trading volume for the market cap is very, very attractive. So this will have, again, this would be sell the news, sell the listing onto Binance. So I'm actually a lot more confident in it now that the chart has come all the way to its 2023 entry point. Then you've got Alephium. Now, this week, the thing with ALF is the volume is not there. It's same as Devi. It's under $1 million. Now, of course, these volumes can fluctuate. But it's one of the ones that most of the community is down on this, at least by 50%, at the very least. Now, the question comes, when should you consider evaluating your position in a very honest, straightforward manner? And I would say with ALF, the path to recovery would not be, I don't think it would be overly complicated if you're looking to break even. This week, they had some more stuff about RWA posting their team, Gigaton. I think that announcement, if that announcement came now, it would have absolutely lifted the project. But why should you hold ALF right now? Well, one, I don't think the project is dead. I think to the contrary, the team is building a lot. Now, I am going to keep asking for exchange listings, and I think you might see that in this next leg of market recovery. Okay. So that's, it's one of these that I'm actually monitoring now, just based on the fact that we've got, we just have to watch it until we get it back. And then, of course, other stuff here, some memes, and of course some kind of crappy gaming projects. I still like Carrot. I would hold my Carrot. The one that I would 34, man, that is, see, this is a gem. This came back to $1.29 reploy, and it's up 34%. It's still very, very small in terms of market cap. This was at 17 million yesterday, 22 million. I believe this is one of the finest microcaps this cycle. I genuinely believe that from the bottom of my heart, because I think the volume to market cap is great. The technology is great. The team is fantastic. And of course, the response and the ability for people to buy this with limited listings is still very much there. So there you have it. And then, of course, you go down the list here, the usual suspects. You got Marvia here, $4 million, $11 million in terms of market cap. You got Minlayer here, down 25%. A lot of stuff coming out of that camp, which we need to know. And then you've got all of the micro caps here. Now, interestingly, Monad price keeps creeping up here, but of course, it's in strategic rounds here. So yeah, it was 0.006 something, and now 0.007, of course, inactive. And yeah, that's and then of course, Kai Network right now being launched, and 17 cents, down 45%, which I expected that to be the case. So that's just a quick roundup. And of course, Based AI, let's bring up Based AI as well. Now it's back over $1. Okay, it is back over $1, up 22%, and it's good to see that. But we're nowhere near to the level where most people need to break even on this. This chart has to come to around $4. But right now, $38 million market cap, I haven't seen any kind of new updates, but I'm still going to hold my bag, to a better time. It's up very nicely today. This was at 87 cents. And although even I wasn't buying it at that low, to be honest, because I have enough of it. But I do believe that once we see a utility-driven alt season, most of these bags will pump nicely. So, guys, sorry, bit of a long one. I haven't given you an update for a while, and yeah. So yeah, that's all she wrote, man. I'll come and say hello to the crew. Bro said, "What's up, man? Thoughts on Rio? There was recent tokenomics update, but it will dilute the market." Yeah, I'm not too keen on it, to be honest. If I'm gonna get an RWA project, I would like to actually see what the project is about. So you've got stuff like you've got Ondo, of course, different market caps as well. So not fair. You've got stuff like White Rock. You've really got to look at tokenization in a sense that not in one niche, but maybe towards TradFi. But yeah, I saw my Relio a while ago, and from a risk to reward ratio, I mean, who knows what's happening right now? But let's have a look at Relio. Sorry, Rio. Ticker Rio. Up 21%. There is plenty of interest. This project has a huge community. So from a community-wise, but what they did with the tokenomics, that's when I got out of it. $22 million market cap. What's the volume saying? $4 million in terms of volume. And, the usual exchange listings. However, OKX is a very, very solid, high volume exchange to have. So I think, at these prices, if the conviction is there, I would not be, obviously, I don't have anything against apart from the tokenomics. So yeah, great to if you're holding it, I think it's good to actually have conviction. But I do like the fact that they've got OKX in there. Yo, Mahindra, what's going on, bro? Peace and love. Couldn't be more grateful to be part of the community. Wishing you a beautiful Ramadan. What a beautiful message, man. Blessings. Smash the like team. Yes. Big up South Africa as well, bro. Yo, Joe. Big up yourself, bro. Haven't seen Man City not doing well, man. You got smashed against Real Madrid a little bit. Joe said, if you've got $400,000, how would you deploy all with blue chips? Yeah, I think the answer is right here. And this is what I would do. I wouldn't even deviate from these coins. I think unless this is pumped now, ridiculous as well. So this is what I would do. I would really consider waiting for consider waiting for Monad, at least maybe put $50,000 to $100,000 if you're playing about with that kind of budget. I think Monad is going to be much hyped, and it's pretty much imminent to drop. Now, the crazy thing would be if a lot of people don't know about it, and that launches around that $500 million market cap. I would put the house on it. Sui, is it a good time to buy Sui? I would say $3 to $30, potentially an additional 10x. With a the market cap here would go ridiculous, by the way. So Sui is one that I would consider. I would actually put a decent size. The best buy there by far is Bitenso Tau, because Tau, I think, is a solid decentralized AI, something that I can actually either hold or buy multi-cycle. So I would put a good amount into Tau. And then, of course, I wish you would have asked me that question yesterday, because I would have said buy Render and the reason why is just basically they've kind of they've got a huge catalyst coming. Okay, so you know how they had the Ondo summit. This thing has actually, it's just not rendering anymore, and you've got a massive coverage for the event that's coming. I think this is going to be where some of the places where the institutions go. Okay, so render right now, for me anyway, it's a large cap, but with that kind of money you're playing with, I can see this going anything between $30 to about $50. The amount of times, like, think about it, the amount of times people don't look at these large caps, especially if you're throwing large money at it. There's a lot coming for render. I think it's going to be one hell of a run from this point. And it's very small. I mean, fully diluted, what? Our current market cap is what? 2.2 billion? 10x 22 billion? But it's just the stuff they're doing in the background that I think is way better than some of the other large caps. And along with Tau, they are the leaders. But if institutional money is buying stuff, then they'll definitely be coming to places like this. This is and again, we all know DeepSeek is not the answer overall. Whether it's NVIDIA, whether it's some of these, especially for AI projects anyway. But I would definitely, with their partnership with Apple and stuff like that, I'd put good money into that. Then I would probably consider where Ondo at. Yeah, up 17%. I think Ondo is creeping up to be, 3.8 billion. Very, very attractive. Large cap, yes. But, it's a large cap that has a lot going for it. And then apart from Ondo, in terms of the overall large cap, so yeah, I'd put maybe 100,000 into render, maybe 50,000 into Tau. Then I'd probably grab a bag of Aerodrome as well. Not a huge cap, but at the same time, I think Aerodrome Finance is going to be your central liquidity hub for base. I think everything good that's going to flow through is going to be towards base. So absolutely, yeah, I would say this would be, and Casper as well. By the way, you can take a cheeky bet on Casper. Maybe divide up some, of the 400,000, you could go 50,000 into Tau, 50,000 into Casper, and then 100,000 into Render, Sui, and even Sonic as well, and then save the other last 100 for something like a Monad. So yeah, these would be the blue chip. Probably Aerodrome being the most degen out of that list, bro. I hope that helps, man. Yeah, smash the likes, people. Max Gains, long time, brother. One more flash and we start seeing big facts, bro. I think it always happens every time, right? People get euphoric and then we hit the dumpsters again. Big up Yorkshire in the building, Ram in the building as well. Nice to see you, brother. Recon in the building. Lovely to see you. This is cautious optimism. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And that is exactly, I think I've put that into the title as well. I'm just happy that the market is giving us enough opportunities to overcome our mistakes. We're all human beings. No one's fallible here. And to be honest with you, the knowledge gap is not as massive as people claim to be. That this is crypto at the end of the day. And nobody expected Trump to just randomly tweet. And of course, on Friday, he's going to be holding a crypto meeting in the White House. So yeah, don't underestimate we may be waiting for QE and other macroeconomic factors as well, but it's also a degen in the White House. Absolutely, bro. Yeah, let the utility finally. Finally, bro. Now will you show love to XRP? I never hated XRP. I just, I'm still not going to buy XRP, because why would I buy something that's just behind Bitcoin and Ethereum in terms of market cap, bro? XRP. In fact, I'm going to be dropping a crazy pre-sale for the DXP community on the world's first fundamentally built utility project on XRP. The world's first. That's going to be incredible. That's a DeFi project coming up. Just working on the no way, Ronaldinho just dropped a meme coin. What is it? The Elastico or something, bro? Thank you for the portfolio review, bro. It means the world to me. Yeah, absolutely, man. Listen, I've got like hundreds of them to do, because I did put my neck out and said to the community, look, let's help everyone out, at least get that one-time review. But yeah, that's just to avoid any kind of like, at least get a balanced, just get a second look at what's going on. No one today you would have seen tons of creators come out. I mean, we've been here. I've been here most of the dead days, but nobody will say they got it wrong. And I think largely YouTubers have got it wrong. Absolutely. Information is very powerful, and people perceive it differently. So that's a fact of this cycle. There's just a lot of YouTubers that are, getting it wrong, myself included. Some things we get right, some things we get wrong, but no one's gonna say, put my hands up, man, I'm wrong. And that's the beauty of life, is to accept your mistakes and to be to live with it, really, to move on. If I made a mistake, say Saturday's no longer here, there's next Saturday to look forward to. But yeah, appreciate the love, bro. Imbelta, how are you? Man, I hope you're doing well. So, man, congratulations to my sister. One of the few people, back in 2023, I used to hold some Richard Hart ecosystem projects. I just got fed up with the SEC being my final straw, but she held really well. And yeah, I'll probably chat to you in the Discord. Great to see you. Hope the family's well. Big up in Belter, man. I've lost $10,000 in based AI. Now, based on what I just said, have you got out of it? So that's probably the only way you would quantify that loss for now. Because if you sold it yesterday at 80 cents or whatever, today you would have recovered some more. Yeah, man. DXP, pump and dump, scammer, ninja. Pump and dump. What am I pumping? What am I dumping? Yeah. I did listen this Ramadan, bro. I ain't gonna swear at people, man. But restraining orders. Yeah, PAI is good. It's in that list. $10,000 is broken numbers. You legends. Cornucopias, Alu and Beam. Solid list over there. Patriot, what's good, brother? Hope you're well. Yeah, I've looked into Plume in the last live as well. Huge partnerships with Ondo, Securitize, and others also outperform BTC during the dips. Should fly once the market is better. Good shout, Berner. I did actually look at this coin prior. And very good, very decent strength. What are we looking at? $200 million market cap. You've got a solid chart that looks like this. And this is all the chop that we've been having. And not all the tokens are out, but trading volume is decent as well for the market cap. So yeah, looks decent, man. Yo, what's cooking, Shane? What's cooking with Alf? Yeah, they're in the kitchen. And bro said, guys, be careful. ETH breaks all-time high. Yeah. Until Ben Cohen's been calling for that. I mean, it is it's he looks at that very, very carefully. And I did listen, this is not, like I said in the title, we've got to celebrate the belief back into the market. All right. I'm sure every one of you feels better today than yesterday. But one thing we know in crypto is we've got to take baby steps until boom, something just goes nuts. So it's no one is saying no, it's euphoric and none of that nonsense. We're very realistic with what's going on in the market. We know there's pump the news or sell the news events coming. So yeah, we remain cautiously optimistic. We have to be optimistic, but we have to be very cautious as well at the same time. Mr. Gerard in the building, Mary in the building. Hope you're doing well, brother. Plume holds its value during the dip, showing massive strength. Can be the next. Facts, big facts, man. Devin said, I trust in based AI team, although they are bad with communication. Now, let me debunk that a little bit, bro. Look, crypto is a business. Yeah. Let's put the fundamentals to one side. Let's put the code to one side. Crypto is actually works on the network effect, and that's largely driven by marketing. So my overall criticism is not about the tech, the creatures, the project. It's just fundamentally like you've got to, these days, you can actually hire someone on Fiverr.com to do your marketing, right? So it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. Like how, okay, you're a bad marketer, go and appoint someone. I know plenty of crypto marketing companies that can help based AI to pump, and they know that for sure. So I don't buy that argument that they are bad communicators. I think they should do something about it, and you can't start a business, which is essentially what it is, running a project that is multiple millions of dollars flowing through exchanges, and not appoint a marketing person, people, or even come here on a free anonymous AMA. But I do take your point. Yo, Dex. Salam, brother. Hope you're well. I miss you too, my sister. And hopefully, so sorry I haven't been able to contact you on Discord, but I will drop you a message because I'm going through the portfolios right now. But yeah, RH are holding the portfolio. I wish I would have kept my pulse chain. Oh, Dex, man, anytime, brother, anytime. I think your portfolio was very, very good. And the stuff that obviously will keep it private, but the stuff that I recommended is just coming from a good place, regardless of whether I like a project or not. If it's not performing, then I want to be able to switch it for something that could help out a little bit. So yeah, definitely, it's crypto will be back. Look, guys, crypto does better in the winter overall. We get larger pumps, especially in a bull market season. So we saw a bit of that 2023, end of 23, kind of first quarter of 24. We may see a pump that potentially starts the old season now. We take some chips off the table, we chill out in the summer, and then we come back and allocate ourselves into either new projects or stuff that we can grab, leave some moon bags. There's different strategies, but I do think that eventually we will make at least a 10x across the portfolio. It doesn't make sense not to make that, as long as we're correcting our mistakes and we're not, we're not refusing to narrative trade at some point, keeping some cash on the side. That type of behavior will scale up in the next few months. Yo, Parks, what's up? Thoughts on AI tech? I like AI tech. I spoke about it. If you go back to the video, and I spoke about Alpha as well. And DEAI had a 21% move today. It's still way under the level that it should be. But yeah, I think AI tech is the one that's probably running towards getting a tier 1 exchange listing in Binance. Anytime, brother, anytime. And we will continue that for sure. Devin said they are waiting for the product to be ready before marketing. Yeah, no, listen, like I said, brother, I want the project to do well. I'm not sitting here saying that Based AI is a fundamentally bad project. But my point is, yes, you can finish anything, but in the bear market, the way it works is you buy fundamentals. You buy those teams that are building, because it's like a ghost town. If you've been kind of like sustained bear market from the start to finish, you would know most teams that are active, building fundamentals, that's what you buy. But in a bull market, I think marketing and listings trump everything. So I do look. There was some rumors going around that some really good AI agents were already built by base creatures. So we just need to wait and see what those are. Perhaps that would be a crazy. Imagine, some of your favorite AI agents are now all of a sudden running on creatures. We don't know that. And that's the beauty about crypto. But the sooner they come out, my recommendation is, if you can't do it yourself, just get a third-party company to pump the bags for you, because that's all it is. And even some of the other stuff like the exchanges as well, like listings, get one or two more and the volume will naturally go up. Wow, we've got 138 people watching this. I don't know what the split is between X and YouTube, but that is an unbelievable number for my channel. Most of it made up for my community. But guys, listen, let's continue. I'm going to make more content. I'm going to get through all of your portfolios. Please do bear in mind that there's a lot of them to be reviewed. So I may take some time returning your one, but I promise I'll try and close each one of those. Yeah, good to be back. Good to see you all. I think, yeah, we've done an hour now. So what time is it in Dubai? Yeah, it's 3 in the morning. So I'm going to, and it's Ramadan as well, man. Time for me to go and munch some food before ultimately starting my fast for tomorrow. But anyway, guys, God bless you all, man. And just remember, when you're down and out, when you think that your portfolio is done, sometimes it's better to cut your losses and focus your money into something that you believe in, that's going to move. Other times it may well be worthwhile holding. And that's what I'm going to indicate in my portfolio reviews to the community. So yeah. Anyway, guys, good to see you back. And God bless you all. Smash a like and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care, guys.